Hello, everyone. I was like harkening back on something that I remembered from like what 3, 4 years ago, I believe. Like there was this lady that apparently faked a baby on the side of the road, or like a kidnapping or something. And like as I like remember it, like the reason why she did it, I forgot why she did it. But I was looking for this lady's name because I never got to like actually check out why the fuck did she do that. But, but, as luck will have it, Stephanie has a video about this lady. This is Carlee Russell. This is Bada Boom and Bada Bing. This is titled "Woman Vanished After Spotting Toddler on the Side of the Highway." Yeah, I want to see why she did that. So we're gonna see why she did that. I swear humans are interesting as heck. Because why? Like, what could constitute as to why you would do something like that? I can't even think of why, but I don't know. This is why we're here. So let's a bada boom and a bada bing. Let's go. The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the host of this show are for authentic, honest, and entertaining purposes. Unless you don't think I'm entertaining. I repeat, this is my opinion. I am not telling you how or what to think or feel, but I do encourage you to speak your mind and have conversations. Just don't do too much. Also, this video is brought to you by Sebastine's Patreon, where you can access over 1,000 videos of exclusive content. If you want to subscribe and support this amazing community, click the link in the description below, and thank you for everything. Enjoy the video. Boom.
Bada bing, bada boo.
It is exhausting to exist in this world, especially if you're an empathetic person. It's like a fight within yourself, right? Your personality tells you, hey, go over there and help that stranger. That poor old man looks like he's struggling to load his groceries into his car. But then you have the voice in the back of your head. And maybe my videos did this to you, but it's like, no, the minute you go over there, you're going to turn around, grab another bag of groceries. He's going to bonk you on the head, throw you into his trunk, and you're going to end up dead on a pig farm.
Hey man, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. Feel like the world's been crazy, but it seems like it's getting crazier. It's not crazy to have that thought. It's really not.
I get it. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And social media doesn't help. There's always a new thing on social media that everyone is like, be on the lookout for this. Zip ties on your car door. You walk out of Target, there's a zip tie on your car door. Human trafficking.
Yes.
Dollar bills laced with drugs. Paper bags on your windshields. Baby seats in the parking lot. And the one that I
Baby seats in the parking lot. What the hell? What? That was so specific. What?
think of most is the baby on the side of the road.
Oh gosh.
Or the baby crying outside your door at night. What would you do if you saw a child on the side of a busy interstate, alone, distraught?
Bro, I have no idea. I would want to help this baby, but like I'm just thinking, like, why is there a baby here? Like, what are you know, like there are like well, of course I would like to know what you guys would do, but you know how like there are like certain things that exist in the world, and if something like looks as out of place as it is, it like freezes you. I don't know if it's called like uncanny valley. Like, say like, okay, things that could be on the side of the road, maybe some roadkill, maybe somebody got into an accident, they're getting help. A baby? A baby? Like, what is the probability of a baby being on the side of the road? And who would be the dickhead to leave this baby on the side of said road?
You gotta help.
Right? You would have
Yeah,
to
you
stop.
gotta
You would
help.
have to stop and help. There's no other option.
Yeah.
I mean, also, if it's a bit, well, if it's, I'm assuming it's like, okay, I'm assuming if this is like actual traffic, like, would you have time to even see the baby on the side of, like, that's like really insane. If this is a busy interstate, how did that baby get there, bro? It's like, wait, what the fuck? But also, I'm just thinking like, okay, if I try to help this baby, are other people going to think I'm trying to do something wrong to this baby? Like, it's just like, what the fuck? Why is this baby here?
That was a huge question that was lingering in the air this past week, not just on social media, but really on mainstream media. Every news outlet was asking this question. Would you stop on the highway if you saw a small child that was just standing there? There was no other car there.
Just standing
Nobody else
there?
was there. Would you stop?
Yeah.
July
I would stop too, but I'm just thinking like, what are the possibilities of something that can happen from this? That would be in the back of my mind because, like, as Stephanie just said, like, if you help somebody with groceries and you go to get your groceries and they bonk you on top of the head, like, what possibly could happen if I'm trying to, like, save this baby on the side of the road? Like anything, like, other than calling the police. Like, of course, call the police, but it's just like, bro, what the fuck? Like, why is there a baby here?
13th, 2023.
Oh,
so
shit.
a week ago, if you're listening to the audio the day it comes out.
Oh, so
25-year-old Carlee Russell stopped. She said that she had spotted a small toddler on the side of the highway, of a busy highway, on her way home from work. It was about 9:30 p.m., so it's not super late. It's not like 3:30 in the morning. There's nobody else around. It's not a time that makes you go, ooh, that's weird. Maybe.
Wait a minute. Okay, if this is a busy intersection, right? Go back. Sorry.
Out. 25-year-old Carlee Russell stopped. She said that she.
Okay, so it's like 9:00, right? And it's dark as shit, right? How can she see a baby here? Like, I can see, like, if it was like daytime, like, you could see like something coming up this way. But if it's like the dead of night, and when I see dead of, like, 9:00 is late as shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's dark and I don't see any street lights. I just see the lights from the cars. How do you see a baby on the side of the road, bro? How? What type of superhuman eyes do you have? And I'm just, like, going off of the sense of, like, if that actually, like, happened, you know?
had spotted a small toddler on the side of the highway, of a busy highway, on her way home from work. It was about 9:30 p.m., so it's not super late. It's not like 3:30 in the morning. There's nobody else around. It's not a time that makes you go, ooh, that's weird. Maybe this is a setup. 9:30, it's still pretty early. She called 911.
I don't know what you do at night, Stephanie. You just more nocturnal than me, I guess. 9 o'clock late as hell. 9 o'clock is late as hell to me. I normally be in a bed at 9. Oh, I would like to be in a bed at 9. Usually I go to bed now at like 10 something. I should go to bed early. I ain't gonna lie.
One to alert them of this unattended child. There was no car parked on the shoulder, so it's not like a family had stopped on the side to get out and the child got out of the car. The child was alone. She called 911.
Okay.
They said, okay, can you stay right there and we'll be there in like a few minutes. She hangs up. Then she calls her brother's girlfriend. She stays on the phone with her, waiting for the police to arrive. But maybe Carlee is afraid that the kid is going to run off into the woods. So most highways are stationed, and there's usually like wooded areas nearby, right?
Right.
Maybe she's worried about that, or maybe she's concerned that the kid is going to run into oncoming traffic. So she pulls over.
Or worse, a car that don't know how to fucking drive hits this baby.
So she gets out of her car, and her brother's girlfriend could hear her asking this child if the child was okay.
Okay.
She asked about 3 times before she started screaming.
Nigga, what?
All her brother's girlfriend could do was listen helplessly on the phone. She heard Carlee scream. She heard rustling noises. She kept screaming Carlee's name, but there was no audible response.
Oh, this is her getting kidnapped? I'm stupid as fuck. I thought this was like the baby getting kidnapped. Man, see, this is why my memory is fucking ass.
Other than what sounded like a struggle. She didn't hear any other voices or people talking, but it definitely sounded like something very, very bad had happened.
Yeah?
Her brother's girlfriend happened to be at the Russell family home, so she rushed into Carlee's parents' room and motioned for Carlee's mom to rush over. And she's quickly trying to explain what's going on, and her mom starts screaming into the phone, Carlee, are you okay? Are you there? She tries using her phone to call Carlee. No response.
Bro, what?
The police would arrive at that scene in the highway about 5 minutes later, less than 5 minutes, like 4 minutes later. Carlee's car was left unattended. Her driver's side door was left wide open. Her purse with her Apple Watch inside were in the front seat of her car. And in the grass near the wooded area off the highway was Carlee's wig and her phone.
They took her
in
wig,
the grass,
bro?
on the ground. And Carlee was gone.
What the hell?
And the kid?
Yeah, gone.
Kid's gone
no
too.
one was there.
Nobody.
She had gone missing,
Bro,
and
what?
all initial signs pointed to an abduction, or at least that's what netizens thought. The stories, the urban legends that merged with real life reports started to kind of mush together, and a lot of netizens were concerned, and they asked, what if it was human traffickers?
No,
what if
for
they
real,
used a little
bro.
toddler to lure in helpful women
Yeah.
to come out of their cars and then snatch them?
Like,
What if that's
the
what happened to
fuck?
Carlee? If that's the case, would they even find her? Would they ever even find the human traffickers? The only person that would know for sure what happened on that highway that night would be Carlee Russell, and she was gone until she wasn't.
So she just came
Just
back.
2 days later, exactly 49 hours later, Carlee showed up to her parents' home barefoot.
What?
She was back. And the world had so many questions. What happened during the past 49 hours? How did you escape? How did you find your way back home? Where is the child? All of these are very reasonable questions. But because of the intrigue, because of the mystery, because of the almost evasiveness that Carlee had, and a lot to do with the internet's obsession for conspiracy theories and a lot of inconsistencies in the case, the question slowly comes to, is Carlee Russell even telling the truth? And unfortunately, I think some of the answers coming out right now are a lot worse than what we thought could be.
What the fuck does that even mean, Stephanie? Okay, yeah. See, I'm glad that this video is here because I'm really thrown for a loop here. She came back and there's no baby. Well, probably because there's no baby, right? But like, what else happened? What the shit? Like, huh?
As always, full show notes are available at rottenmangopodcast.com. This case, along with the arrest of the Gilgo Beach murder suspect, has been filling up my inbox and DMs. We are currently working super hard to get the Gilgo Beach case to you guys ASAP. But with that being said, something to note about this case. It is an ongoing case. It is a viral case. There have not been any arrests or warrants that have been made known to the public. I'm sure that there's a lot that law enforcement is privy to that maybe we are not still.
Okay, wait, hold on. Because I just want to make sure. I want to make sure I'm not going crazy. Didn't she admit that she lied or something? Like, I don't want to go crazy. Because what the frick, bro? It says, Carlee Russell update. This was 2 years ago. She has since admitted through her attorney that she was not kidnapped. She did not see a baby on the side of the road, and she did not have contact or help from anyone while she was missing. She apologized through her attorney to the community police and her family and all those helped in search for her. So, why? Like, what? Like, what the fuck, bro? Hold on, there's another video after this that I do want to check out after this. Because why? Like, what? What in the shit? Okay, let's keep going. Bro, what the fuck?
And since we don't have the case files or trial or anything like that, that means that this is the information we have as of now. It could very likely change, or there could be new information that comes out that changes the perspective of what we think we know now. So this episode is coming to you a day late because of a press conference that I wanted to include in all of this.
Okay.
Hopefully, I'm giving you guys the newest, most up-to-date recap of everything that's happened so far. And with that being said, let's get into it.
All right, let's do it.
Let me walk you through July 13th first.
Okay.
Carlee Russell was a nursing student at Jefferson State Community College, but she also worked part-time at like a local day spa.
Okay.
So she had just finished work around 8:20 p.m.
So
She
it's a
left
nice
work,
smile. Okay.
ran a few quick errands. I mean, everything sounds like a normal day. By all accounts, it's nothing spectacular happened. Law enforcement stated that as she drove away from work to run her first errand and her second errand, she was constantly on the phone with people that she knew. So talking to friends, family, right? She goes to pick up Mediterranean food for herself and her mother. Then she does a quick Target run to pick up a few quick snacks. And then she starts heading back home on Interstate 459. Now, side note, Carlee lived with her parents. I'm not sure if her brother and her brother's girlfriend all lived in the house too, but it seems like her brother's girlfriend was at the house
Why
that
was the
night.
dad smirking
Keep
with
this
her?
in mind. So this is about an hour after she gets off work. She calls her brother's girlfriend and tells her that she sees a small child on the side of the highway. The child is in a white shirt and a diaper. She turns on her hazard lights and starts slowly pulling over, like slowing down and then pulling over safely on the shoulder of the highway. Her brother's girlfriend tells her,
Wait. I'm so sorry.
What?
She was just pulling over while she was on the phone with the girlfriend? Mm-hmm. But
then-
you say she called the police already.
oh no, this is when her brother's girlfriend is like, oh, you need to call the cops. Don't get out of the car.
Okay.
So she's like, oh, okay, let me call the cops right now. So
So how far is this supposed baby supposed to be in her story? Because if you see a baby and you on the phone, if you see you on a highway, right? And you see a baby and you was supposed to be, you get on the phone or you already on the phone with your brother's girlfriend. You say you see a baby. And so now you're slowing down. How far from you slowing down is this baby? So I'm assuming you go back to look for said baby.
As she's slowing down.
Also, I didn't even know there were like, I forgot that there are like traffic cameras like all the way up in the sky.
She's calling the cops.
Got it.
And then she gets on the call with dispatch. And the 911 call was recently released in the press conference yesterday, July 19th. And it starts with Carlee stating that she's on I-459 and there's just a kid that's walking by themselves. Now, a lot of the conversation initially is about if she's going southbound or northbound and where exactly, what's the mile marker. And then the dispatch asks, how old do they look?
Were they walking northbound or southbound?
They're walking towards Tuscaloosa.
Walking southbound? Or how old do they look?
Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4.
Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them?
Yes.
Okay, are you with the child right now?
No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though.
Do you mind staying and keeping an eye on them until we get there?
Yeah, okay. Sure, yeah.
What is he wearing?
It's a white t-shirt and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper.
A diaper? And no shoes?
You don't see any cars anywhere?
No cars are anywhere.
And the whole thing about Carlee's voice is it sounds so normal. It sounds like if I were to call 911 about a missing child or like a child that I see on the side of the road.
Right.
It's just concerned but not stressed out. It's more like a toddler, maybe 3 or 4. Did you pull over with them or are you still with them? Yes. Okay, you're with the child right now? No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though. Do you mind staying with the child until we get there?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Dispatch asks questions about the kind of car that Carlee is in. And then they go, did you talk to the child at all or did you say anything to them? No.
What?
Do they look like they're injured? No, they don't. Are they white, black, Hispanic, or Asian? They're white.
A white baby on the side of the road?
I think it's a boy, a little boy.
A white baby on the side of the road in a white t-shirt and Pampers at 9 p.m.? Huh?
Boy? White male? Okay, so is he wearing clothes? Yes, it's a white shirt, and it doesn't look like he has pants on. It looks like a diaper.
Okay.
And you don't see any cars anywhere. No cars anywhere. Okay, try to keep an eye on him as best as you can. I don't want you to lose track of him. Does he have shoes on? No, not that I can see, but I can't see him that well. It's really dark. Officers are on the way. Keep an eye on him, okay? Thank you. Okay, thanks. Bye. And once she's done, she hops back on the phone with her brother's girlfriend.
Right.
I will say it is important to note that the dispatch initiated the hang-up. So I saw some discourse about it online, like, why did she hang up? Usually dispatch tries to stay on the phone with you, but it's pretty indicative in the call that dispatch was like, okay, thanks. It was like a very natural end.
Okay.
So now she's on the phone with the brother's girlfriend. And I think the brother's girlfriend most likely thought that she was just going to stay on the phone with her until the police arrived. But before she could even do much, she can hear Carlee talking to someone. I mean, it's pretty clear Carlee got out of the car and it sounded like she was trying to ask the child if the child was okay. Like, are you okay? Are you all right? It said that Carlee asked maybe 2 to 3 times and the brother's girlfriend could not hear a response.
Okay.
So she never heard the toddler respond, or maybe he was too scared to speak. And then there was a scream. Some sort of shuffling. A lot of background noise. Carlee's brother's girlfriend didn't even dare hang up. She starts running around the house trying to get all of Carlee's family gathered, and she's screaming Carlee's name into the phone. When Carlee's mom found out what was going on, she picked up her own phone and starts calling Carlee because, she knows that her son's girlfriend has an open line, but still, she has to at least try. She doesn't know what else she can do. Right now, all they hear is background noise, and Carlee hasn't said anything after she screamed.
Okay, so after knowing that this is not true and this is a hoax, how How did she? So nobody saw this lady scream on the side of the road. Nobody, or they just like passed her by and just didn't see what was going on. And also, if she wasn't there when the people came and she was gone, how did she? She's on that highway though. Like, how did she like escape the scene? Did somebody come and pick her up? Because like, if there's no kidnapping, what? Huh?
Thankfully, the family all used Life 360, an app to share locations with family and friends, and they threw on their clothes
And she left her phone in her wig?
and they start racing to the location that shows up on their phones. It was a residential street.
Okay.
Wait, it wasn't highway?
No, so not where
fuck?
Carlee was. Her phone wasn't there either. The family would later find out that her phone was on the other side. So it's the highway, and in the middle, a wooded area, and then on the other side of that was a residential street. So I guess Life 360 is not like that precise.
Oh, okay. So they
Okay.
went to the residential area.
Yeah.
And the phone and everything is
Her wig is
across
over
the fence
there?
almost.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, there is a fence, yeah.
Oh,
and so
shit.
they're like, oh my God, she's not here. Her phone's not here. Like, what's going on? Now, side note, Carlee's mom also called 911 after she found out Carlee wasn't responding to the phone anymore. There were technically 2 911 calls that made that night about this incident. The first being Carlee calling about the toddler on the side of the road. The
Right.
second being Carlee's mom to report the strange incident with her daughter.
Right.
There would be no other calls to report a child missing or a
fuck?
child spotted on the highway. Just these 2 calls. And there would be no sign of Carlee Russell anywhere. The police in this case, I will give it to them, they were on it. I mean, the same cannot be said for a lot of missing persons cases, especially missing Black women's cases, but they were on the scene within 4 minutes-ish.
Damn.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And they started pulling CCTV cameras from the highway. We do have footage of her vanishing.
What you mean?
But the footage is so grainy, so unclear, we can barely make out human figures in it. The footage is almost like an aerial view of the highway. It's nighttime. All the lights are like reflecting off of each other. It shows Carlee Russell's red Mercedes, though, starting to slow down with her
Okay.
hazard
I
lights
see.
on.
Okay.
She safely pulls over to the side of the highway. And I will note one thing.
What?
As she starts slowing down, she's driving for a while. We're going to later find out exactly how long she drove for.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. Like, bro, if she saw this baby, why is she slowing down all the way up here? And then she said she can see this baby? How? How? Like, huh? I'm so confused. Am I stupid?
But that was like the first thing everyone noticed is like, wow, she's driving for a long time. So did
Yeah.
she see the kid that far ahead? Because if she did, then more people should have seen the kid.
Exactly.
Or was the kid like running away from her? Like, what's going on?
So we're gonna find out the distance that she's driving slowly.
Fool, if the kids start running down the street and nobody just starts seeing this toddler hightailing it down the street, like, this is so, I don't know, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. If somebody tells me that, I'm gonna have to believe them because it's so outrageous. I'm gonna think it's so outrageous to be a lie. Cause, huh?
For
And the distance is, well, I guess I can tell you right now. It's 6 football fields,
Nigga, what?
what?
600 yards, if you want to use metric.
Why she do this? Why she do this? I just want to know. I'm gonna be honest. If it's some like, if this is like something that's like, so, I don't know. I don't know. Cause what?
Oh wow, that's wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
So she,
also the whole kill. When I was trying to see like an update about it, I saw that that mugshot that I remember seeing like back in the day, and she's smiling in the mugshot. Girl, why did she do this?
she's driving for a while. Maybe she has really good eyesight. Because something else to note is, again, there were no other 911 calls made that night, nor any witnesses that came forward that stated that they also saw a child on the side of the highway.
Right.
She starts slowing down. She makes it to the mile marker, like a giant sign on the highway, right?
But also she said, sorry, Stephanie.
She
But also, jeez.
stops the car.
So also, she also said, well, it was also shown. Oh wait, never mind. The Life 360 is not completely accurate, I guess. Sure. Okay.
And from the footage, it's hard to see any child. Like, look, some people say they can make out a
Move the
few
arrow.
figures. Other people say that they can't. I personally don't see anything. And I'm very aware that humans are more prone to see human faces and human figures in shadows. So I can't say for sure. It is like way too dark, way too grainy in the footage. We do see Carlee's car stop.
Okay.
And what appears to be her driver's side door opening.
I see her.
And like a blob of a figure. Because
Right.
this is how bad the camera
All right,
is.
she's on the right side. She's on the right side. She's hold on. She's right here. She's right here.
Leaving the driver's side area.
Right.
Going through the back of her car and opening the passenger side door.
Okay.
So she's like walking around the back of her car, going to the passenger side, opening it.
Right.
And then she seems to walk off into the wooded area.
What the fuck?
And that was the last she was seen. So she's like walking around the back of her car, going to the passenger side, opening it. And then she seems to walk off into the wooded area.
I can't even see her, but I see something moving. I don't know if that's like a pixel or something. Like around here, something is moving, so I assume that's her.
And that was the last she was seen. Yeah. To tell you how grainy the footage is, you can't even make out which direction she went in after she leaves the passenger side door. Like, you don't know if she's going northbound or southbound, or at least I can't with the footage that we have publicly available right now. She just vanished.
Bro, what?
The highway is still busy. You can see there's cars nonstop. It's 9:40 p.m. and she was gone, just vanished into thin air. And the next 48 hours would be excruciating for the family.
Oh my gosh.
Her parents pleaded with the public to help find their beloved daughter. Carlee Russell had so much ahead of her. She had graduated Auburn University with a degree in psychology.
Oh,
she was a
damn.
nursing student. She worked hard. Her mom described her as being so kind and compassionate. She was a joy to be around.
Right.
She had this like deep love for God. And neighbors said,
Shout out to God,
this
man.
could have happened to any one of our kids. That's what got the world so passionate. I mean, it could have been my daughter that had seen the child on the side of the road. What kind of person wouldn't stop? How could you not, right? Of course you would stop. You would do that because you're a good person.
Yeah.
A lot of Carlee's neighbors had kids that Carlee once babysat for, so they were all holding prayer circles. It's Alabama, so it's pretty religious there. The prayer circles, they were holding vigils, they were looking and spending their entire weekend turning the entire town upside down.
And what was she doing?
The nonprofit Crime Stoppers of Central Alabama raised money from the community,
Oh my
donations
gosh.
from people who wanted to help from afar. They were able to secure a $63,000 reward for anyone who knows anything about Carlee's whereabouts. That's a
Wow.
lot.
Yeah, and then it happened so quickly, right?
Yeah, like within
Well, shout out to the community, like putting stuff together. It's a shame that this is. It's a shame that. Oh my gosh!
maybe 24 hours. I mean, I don't
Imagine what would happen if they actually like do stuff like that to missing victims on the regular. Huh?
know if there's a national average that I could find that seemed accurate. But many cases we've talked about, I mean, we've seen rewards of $5,000-$10,000, and that's usually
60?
after they've been missing for a period of time. This is a big deal. I think it just goes to show the whole nation wanted Carlee home. Law enforcement this time, they quickly get to work, and it is not just the Hoover Police Department.
It's hot as
I'm
shit out
talking local, state, federal agents were involved. The FBI, Secret Service, and the U.S. Marshal's Office were involved.
Okay, that's what's up. Can we have this type of effort for other people who go missing too, please? Like, please? Like, please, like, dead ass. Like, this also shows that the capability of the police and people to try and find people. Can this, like, be a thing regularly, please? Like, what?
Huh.
That's
So
crazy.
when did it start going viral?
The same day she went missing, like the next day.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Volunteer search parties made up of civilians, they hit the ground running. And at first, there were a lot of alarming rumors and whispers going around. At one point, there was a rumor that a witness claimed to see a gray car pull up and a man get out to approach Carlee.
Really?
Now, I will say there's no evidence of that on the CCTV footage. But the problem is that every single tip, anonymous, reasonable or not, every tip has to be investigated.
Right.
That's what the FBI mainly worked on. The case went viral and they were getting hundreds of tips. The Russell family would get tips and they would be sent over to the police to look over as well. And it was just a lot of manpower being poured into this case. It was said at one point in time, there were about 50 or 60 police officers working on this case. And that's not including federal agents. But like Carlee's parents, the agents had hope. Carlee's mom told the media, "My daughter is a fighter. We believe that if there is any opportunity for her to make it home to us, she's going to seize that opportunity." She continued, "We want people to do everything in their power, no matter how big or how small, to make a joint effort."
Why is the dad looking like that?
Carlee's dad said, "We're going to scour the earth. There is no stopping us."
As you should, man.
And Carlee had a lot of people on her side. A lot of family members who had dealt with their own loss of their own family member being a victim of a crime or having gone missing. They came out in show of solidarity and support.
Okay.
Anaya Blanchard's mom being one of them. Anaya Blanchard went missing in 2019 in Auburn, Alabama. She was a 19-year-old college student. She texted her roommate that she was going to be home soon. CCTV cameras showed Anaya stopping by a gas station before heading home, and her phone activity stopped around midnight. She wasn't seen alive again.
Oh my gosh. Rest in peace. What the fuck?
About a month later, her body was found in a wooded area. She was shot to death.
Oh my gosh.
A man named Ibrahim Yazid had been arrested and charged with her murder. This is really not that long ago. 2019, these are some fresh wounds. But Anaya Blanchard's mother showed up to help look for Carlee. And she said very emotionally, "My heart is breaking for the Russells, but I'm going to help them. I'm going to be right there beside them." When Anaya went missing for the whole 32 days, I mean, your body is in a constant find my child state. There's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can do to make that go away.
Right.
Time is of the essence to bring Carlee home. Share Carlee's information with everybody. Tell your friends. Just share it. Be on the lookout, everyone, and be safe.
My heart goes out to parents who have missing children or missing offspring. My heart goes out to anybody who has anyone that's like missing and stuff like that. Like I can't even imagine the type of like grief and pain that you were going through or have gone through. Like, yo, that is some scary shit.
I think most people were really worried that Carlee Russell was already being human trafficked. There were some social media posts not too long ago that really stuck with a lot of women. So one famous one reads, "Ladies, please read this. Ryan, my husband, and I were at the mall. We walked up to our cars by Sears, and Ryan noticed that there was a baby crying in a car with no adult. So we pulled over to that mysterious car. Ryan got out and found out that the window was rolled down a tiny bit and there was no baby in the car. There was like a tape recorder. It was a recording."
There was something, I'm like kind of remembering something. There was something around like 2023, 2024, where on social media, there was like awareness posts, a lot of awareness posts about people trying to warn other people about like human trafficking type of tactics and stuff like that. I don't remember how many, but it was a good amount that it just like it had me like sending stuff to my peoples too, talking about like just be careful and everything because these tactics are a thing. Like it's still going today, but I think around that time it was a lot.
Then I noticed that there was another shady car parked several spots down with blacked out windows. And I think that this is a setup. These are the kind of setups psychopath killers do to abduct you. Please be careful, everyone. Don't walk to the car or just call security or 911 if you hear a baby crying.
Bro.
Please share this to inform others.
Wow.
Another post read, "This was forwarded to me by a friend. They don't know if it's true or not, but I'm passing it along. We might see this on the news as like the latest internet hoax. But Joan, my friend, just told me that her friend heard a baby crying on her porch the night before last. She called the police because it was late and she thought it was weird. And the police told her, whatever you do, do not open the door. The lady said that the baby had crawled near a window now and she could hear the baby through the window. And she was so worried that the baby was going to crawl out into the street and get run over.
Fool, this is like some scary shit because like, you know, like people know that people are going to try and like be a good Samaritan and not even know. Like that's some sinister shit, dude.
And the police said, we already have a unit on the way. Do not, whatever you do not open the door. Then the officer told her that they think there's a killer who uses babies' cries recorded and uses it to lure women out of their homes thinking that someone dropped off a baby.
Oh.
He said that it wasn't verified, but several women had called saying that they heard a baby crying outside their door when they're home alone.
Holy
So
shit,
these
bro.
took over the internet by storm, along with the human traffickers that will zip tie your door handle
Yeah,
at
that's
Target
the-
parking lots because that's
yeah.
how they mark you.
Yeah, that was one of the things. It was like saying like, oh, this person is marked because they like I don't you can fact check me, but it's just like they seem like the perfect victim to do that.
Many of these have been, I don't know, I don't want to say proven false because that makes it seem like that's never happened at all. And I don't have the knowledge of that, but just they haven't been connected with human trafficking. So
The whole kill about that is like, bro, the fact that it's like being posted on social media, although it may not be an epidemic as it may seem, the fact that it's being posted on social media, that doesn't mean that somebody can use that tactic and try to see if it works in real life. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, regardless, it's like this information, you got to take that and just believe it, because you can't be too safe. You can't be too safe, bro. Because that like people are crazy.
So major advocacy groups to end human trafficking said this is not really a concern.
What is not a concern? Baby crying outside your door?
This doesn't, it seems more of like an urban myth.
What is
An
a zip
urban
tie
myth.
supposed to do?
Oh, okay. Apparently that's an urban myth too, but it's
Really?
supposed to make you distracted and try to unzip tie your door handle. And it marks if you're like a single woman
Got it.
because they work in teams, right? But because all of this
That's interesting. Who doesn't know that you can't unzip tie something? You ain't got scissors in your car. Or if you got scissors in your car.
is constantly online, and like, don't get me wrong, I fall for these all the time. I'm
Yeah,
like,
me
honey,
too.
honey, I can't go to the Target parking lot because they're gonna zip tie my car and put a
But that's
paper
real,
bag on my
though.
windshield and jump out from the back and slice my Achilles heel. And he's like, okay. But I think that this case really just resonated with a lot of women because I mean, these are the messages that we've been hearing. These are the messages online that have been going around for so long, and it's like, it's so frustrating. It's wow, really another thing, we can't even be kind people anymore. And then it happened. It didn't happen to some random friend on Reddit, but to someone with a name. It happened to someone with a face who was so relatable. A young woman who was studying and working. It felt like Carlee Russell could have been any one of us. So everyone rallied together to look for her. And then she was found. Almost exactly 49 hours later.
Exactly 49
July
hours.
15th, 2023,
Fool,
Hoover
what the
police
fuck?
receive a call from the Russell residence. Carlee is home. We don't have that many details right now about how she got home, but here's what we know so far. She came home on foot. She didn't drive. Nobody dropped her off. She walked home somehow. She was barefoot. She was seen on neighbors' home security cameras walking through the neighborhood alone before arriving home.
Okay.
At first, the fire department, and I'm not sure where exactly the miscommunication came from, but the fire department initially thought Carlee was unconscious and unresponsive. But when paramedics arrived at the scene to take care of her, she was responsive and speaking.
Okay.
She was rushed to the hospital to be evaluated. She was briefly questioned by the police, treated, and released. Now, I am going to go over what the police uncovered in their brief conversation with Carlee once she's home and other key pieces of evidence that they found. But before that, let me walk you through the public's perception. Long before yesterday's press conference,
Also, quick question. So that car is still there?
there seemed to be a rabbit hole of inconsistencies about this case, according to the internet.
Okay.
For one, nobody else reported seeing a child on the side of the highway. And if you just look at the people of Hoover who came together to look for Carlee, I feel like this is not a community that would just see a child and go, I'm sure someone else will deal with it. There were no reported sightings of that said child.
I guess. Okay, sure. It was also dark as fuck over there. It was really dark.
But also there were no reports of a missing child that fit the description.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that the child doesn't exist. It could have been a child that had gone missing long, long ago,
Right.
or that nobody knew to be missing. But the biggest thing that everyone came back to was if there was an abductor, if there was a child on the side of the highway, the police would absolutely announce that they were looking for this victim or this suspect after Carlee got home, right? Because for like a week, the police were silent. Okay, for like 4 days, actually. The police were silent.
Okay.
After Carlee came home.
They released like little tidbits here and there, but they never said, hey, this is the composite sketch of the guy that we're looking for, or this is what the baby looks out. Everyone, don't go out at night. If you hear a baby on the highway, don't stop. They didn't put out any of these. And so the community is like, are we in danger or are we not? Someone let us know. So that is the belief. Like, look, I don't know. Look, I don't know, though, because for the Idaho case, for the longest time, the public thought that the police weren't doing anything. And then they caught the person. But it's just, it was kind of shady. So one side of people believed that Carlee was lying. And they said, well, they would warn the public. They would ask the public, who's already looking for answers. It's a national case. They would ask the public to be on the lookout. They didn't release any sort of sketch or anything.
I would think if that happens, like as I'm like looking at this true crime stuff and just like getting my feet wet in this type of content, I'm starting to think like if the police don't say anything, that probably means they're trying to investigate that person. And there's a reason why they don't want the public to know. That's what my brain goes to. But it doesn't make it any less odd. You know? It don't make it any less odd.
I mean, allegations that a child was being used to human traffic women or kidnap someone, that's a very big deal. Maybe they're not doing that because there's no abductor. There's no missing child. Others who are a bit more hesitant to believe someone would lie about something like this, they said, yeah, well, the public is already freaking out and creating all these conspiracies. Why would the police want the public involved? It would just cause more harm than good. Now, there were other things that the netizens had a hard time wrapping their heads around. There was a whole saga with the Red Roof Inn. Apparently the day after Carlee Russell went missing, there was a Red Roof Inn about 12 minutes away, like 5 miles away from where Carlee went missing on the highway. And a 911 call was made from what appeared to be a worker at the Red Roof Inn.
Okay.
And they stated to authorities that about 6 cars of family members came in claiming to be Carlee Russell's family members. And they're like pulling up looking for Carlee.
The fuck?
The family members stated that Carlee personally told them that she was here.
What?
I'm sorry, what? Huh? What?
So it seems like the family had a personal conversation with Carlee, is initially what netizens thought. Well, it was, I guess, kind of disproven, depends if you want to take their word for it, but Carlee's mother came out to state, there is a horrible and heartless hoax we want to address out of several. I received a text at some point from someone claiming to be Carlee and that she was at the Red Roof Inn. However, when my family went there and knocked doors and looked for her, there was no indication that Carlee was there, nor had she ever been there.
See, this is the shit that be frying the fuck out of me. Like, bro, then you got this, if something turned, like the bastardization of a case is one of the things that really pisses me off, because now we got people trying to be internet detectives and also people who are literally just trolling and trying to just fuck the situation up. Just for what reason? Just for what fucking reason, bro? Like as how I know, my family member is gone. Niggas is over here playing. Now you bringing everybody to come to this Red Roof Inn, and they got making all of us look like a fool. Like, bro, what is we doing, bro?
Either way, I'm mentioning this because a lot of netizens focused on it. You know, this part of the case, because it just seemed just peculiar, just strange. Now, Carlee's parents were supporting her from the minute that she went missing and from the minute that she got back.
Okay.
They firmly believe that Carlee has been kidnapped, even when she got back. They still believe without a shadow of doubt that their daughter's abductor is still out there.
But where's the baby?
They stated Carlee gave her statement to the police so that the police can continue to pursue the kidnappers.
Okay.
But a lot of people, for some reason, don't really like their media interviews.
Why?
I've seen a lot of videos, maybe too many videos, over analyzing the parents' body language. And again, while I do find body language experts to be fascinating and oftentimes insightful, I think especially with crime cases, it's way too speculative to be productive. But many netizens just didn't like how the parents were speaking of the case.
Well, how were they doing?
They didn't like their body language, but they also didn't like what they were actually saying, like the words they were using. The parents kept mentioning that anything regarding the actual case, they weren't going to talk about it. They said that they weren't allowed to discuss it.
Okay.
I guess netizens felt as if everything sounded like they had lawyered up, which again is pure speculation and it doesn't really matter to the case. I think anyone that is having a conversation with law enforcement would do well to have a lawyer, but that's just me, okay? The netizens did not like this.
But why?
And Carlee's parents said it's been rough. And that while Carlee was missing, they had received countless malicious messages lying about where Carlee was, that they knew something about Carlee. Carlee's mom stated that she didn't know how people could be so evil. She said now Carlee is having to deal with the trauma of people just making up completely false allegations about her.
When was this speech given?
This was after Carlee was found.
Okay, so wait. So do they think that the family's in on it too or something? Or is this just one of the times where the internet thinks you're lying and now you're just seen as a liar and anybody in support of you is deemed a liar? Because, like, I thought that's, like, a normal thing. Like, if you lawyer up, it's like, yeah, we can't talk about this right now. Like, it's been rough. Like, this, that, and the third. Like, why didn't they like it, though? Like, why? Like, what?
She was like, now that she's home, she's with this trauma that she's already endured. Now people are making up conspiracies that maybe she hadn't been kidnapped. Maybe this kid didn't exist. There were conspiracies of maybe she was on drugs and hallucinating. Nobody else saw the kid, right? The parents also were asked about the condition that Carlee was returned home in. And that's something the whole world wanted to know. Was she injured? Did she have something to say? What did she go through? The parents were asked, what did you do when you saw her? And her mom said, she was not in a good state. We tried to hug her as best we could, but we had to stand back and let medical professionals work with her. They stated that the past 49 hours that...
Wait. She came home barefoot, right? So were there like medical professionals there already? Because I'm trying to think, like, if she came back home to the crib, first of all, how the fuck was she able to get back to the house and walk back to the house like that? Is this like a road that like she knows? Or like this place like she knows like the back of her hand? I don't... Okay, going off of this, I'm kind of thinking that there was somebody else involved in this and they probably dropped her off a couple houses down so further away so it may look like she found her way back home. That's like the only thing that's like in the back of my head, but I'm just trying to think like, wait, what? Like, if she's able to actually find herself home, like, that's fire. I don't know how to, like, find myself home from a random wooded area on I-95 or fucking any wild-ass place around the DMV area. But it's just like, huh? Because I'm just trying to think, like, if she walked all the way around, she had to have ended up somewhere. Or somebody picked her up. Because it doesn't make sense to me. So like in this whole 49 hours, nobody has seen her walking around. And please forgive me if I'm wrong. If nobody has seen her walking around, because people just see people regardless. There's a lot of fucking people out in this world. So it's just like, how is she able to stay low in certain areas for 49 hours and like survive? Because I'm thinking so say we're going off of if there was an actual child there. I would think like, say like, this is me, I guess, watching movies. I'm just thinking like, okay, if you see a child on the side of the road, the first thing that I would say I would do is probably try to get them some food to get them, because they could be hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can go to like the next diner or like get them like a hamburger or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure the kid eats before anything, because if this is a baby. And I'm over here talking about giving a hamburger to a fucking baby. I sound stupid as hell. Okay, wait. It's a toddler. I don't think toddlers eat fucking hamburgers. I'm just trying to think, like, what? How was she able to transport herself from the side of the road to her parents' house 49 hours later. Do you know how long 49 hours is? And any type of person that's able to lay low that long, it's like, okay, you're like Bear Grylls or some shit, because how are you able to do this and nobody can see you? I'm kind of thinking like somebody probably picked her up and it like wasn't like a kidnapping type of thing. Like this was like a plan. My mind is boggled. Like, I'm sorry if this makes me seem like a bad person. I got the spoilers. So I'm just trying to figure out how the hell how did she get this shit off?
Carlee was missing, and I quote, "There were moments she had to physically fight for her life,
Right.
and mentally fight for her life."
Okay.
A side detail that netizens were kind of picking apart was that a correspondent that spoke with Carlee's parents said that Carlee's parents had said, we always warned Carlee that something like this could happen. They warned her that someone might try to use a child to lure her in.
What? That seems like a very obscure thing to tell your daughter. Or did she like say like she likes like kids and like she will help a kid on the side of the road type shit? Like saying that in jest. And they're like, oh, if you do that, somebody might come on and clunk you across the head. And who's to say if that was one of the reasons why, like, huh? You, what? Or is it one of those things where, like, sometimes parents tell you, don't, what is it? When like parents be telling you like stuff about like people in need, and then like their reasoning as to why they don't do it is because that person is not gonna like, it's just like, huh? What?
What?
Like, what?
Okay. So like one of those internet things.
Yeah,
Okay.
that we keep sending around. We share to the family group chats. We're like, hey guys, be careful, right? Maybe it was like that.
Okay.
But I think they were saying it just as like a, hey, we're worried that something like this was going to happen. But a lot of doubting netizens felt like, I don't know, there's too many coincidences. And again, this is not me personally stating an opinion, just presenting what I could find during my research. And since this case is very difficult to cover without including a lot of the public discourse, a lot of netizens were like, it seems like she took inspiration from that warning. Carlee Russell's boyfriend also posted on social media when Carlee was found safe. He wrote, "Thank you to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for saving my girlfriend's life. I have been going nonstop since I received the call that she was missing on Thursday night. I know she would have done the same for me. So I wasn't going to give up until I saw her face again."
I just remembered this case. Read this real quick with me. I know I'm not tripping, right? Carlee Russell lied about her 2023 kidnapping, stating it was a grave mistake driven by emotional issues and extreme stress. While she did not provide specific details, reports and discussions suggest the hoax was a desperate attempt to gain attention or prevent a breakup, rather than a malicious scheme, which she later admitted through her lawyer. Motivation, mental health. She cited emotional issues and stress as the catalyst, apologizing for the national panic she caused. She confessed that there was no child, no kidnapper, and she never left the Hoover area during her 49-hour disappearance. Some observers suggested the incident was a misguided attempt to deal with personal issues, such as relationship troubles. This is a WVTM. July. Okay, we're gonna go up to here. The afternoon call. 911 dispatchers receive a call from a Red Roof Inn in Vestavia Hills that family members of Carlee Russell showed up. Family members told the person in the lobby that they received a call from Russell saying she was at the motel. Police say there is no evidence of someone signing in under her name. So July 15th, 10 p.m. Police receive a call that Carlee Russell returned home on foot. Surveillance footage shows Russell walking down the sidewalk alone before arriving home. Police respond to the scene to investigate, and medical professionals take Russell to UAB for evaluation. She had major injury to her lip and $107 in her sock. No alcohol or drugs were in her system. Police obtained a statement from Russell. So she came home before the medical people came. So what did she tell her parents when she came home? Like, what the fuck happened? Because, like, she told her parents something, right? She told her parents something. The statement from Carlee Russell. It says, when Carlee Russell got out of the car to check on a toddler, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. He came from the trees and he said he was checking on the baby. Okay. The man picked her up, took her over a fence, and the next thing she remembers was being in the back of an 18-wheeler. In the truck, there was a man with orange hair and a bald spot. Okay. Russell also reported hearing a woman and a baby. She escaped the truck but found herself back in a car and taken to a house where she was undressed and possibly photographed. A woman fed her cheese and crackers and played with her hair. She was able to escape and found herself running through the woods, then near her home. It says in the interview with her parents, it says they believe their daughter was abducted and they were looking for the abductor. But she went to hug the daughter when she first returned, but had to stand back because the medical professionals had to work on her. But I thought she came home before they came. So what happened in the time? Like, what was being said in the time when she came home and the medical professionals came? Like, some conversation had to be had, no? Like, she wasn't, or she just said she didn't just want to talk about it, and it just waited till the medical professionals came? Like, huh? The judge finds her guilty, and she pleads guilty. But, like, fool, I don't understand. I don't understand, though. What the fuck was she doing at this time? Because I'm trying to think. Bro, I'm trying to think. Where the fuck did she go for 49 hours? And I'm going to be honest. I think I heard something about, like, what they said? They said she was trying to avoid a breakup. I remember something like that. Because when I saw this man's face, I was like, wait, huh? Where does she go? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So it's just like, bro, she made a grave mistake. Bro, what?
I was straight tunnel vision, even though I would get on social media in my downtime and see some of the false allegations and assumptions about me having something to do with her abduction. She was literally fighting for her life for 48 hours, so until she's physically and mentally stable again, she is not able to give updates or whereabouts on her kidnapper at this very moment.
But how am I?
Carlee's parents have also released more statements on social media. On one Facebook post from Carlee's mother, it reads, and this is shortened for clarity: "Great morning. My husband and I want to make this statement again as we did last night. It's nothing more to add or take away from how we're feeling right now. God is faithful and he has
Yeah, these are definitely Christian black folk.
answered our prayers. We are so grateful to each one of you for all your acts of kindness, generosity, and compassion that you have shown. We do ask for privacy at this time to allow us to just love on our daughter and each other with our close friends and family. For everyone that has messaged or called to rejoice with us, we are so grateful for your concern. Just as we made a commitment to not entertain negative thoughts during the time our daughter was missing, we surely will not entertain negative thoughts and statements, invalidated opinions, or sheer ignorance at such a joyous time. We pray that those that doubt God's powers, miracles, and the power of faith will be encouraged to draw closer to him and learn the power of positive affirmations and unwavering faith."
Yes, shout out to the Lord. Shout out to the Lord. What did she tell them? Because, like, I come from a Christian family, right? Like, my peoples love God, grew up in the church and everything. I'm just trying to think, if I did something like this and create a hoax for a potential way to get to try and do something for a breakup, I don't think at that point I'm gonna be afraid of, like I'm gonna be afraid of my parents, because what the fuck? Like, that's like, a lot of resources has been wasted. And if this is literally like, I don't know, like I heard something saying like this was to like not cause a breakup and get attention from her boyfriend. That's what I heard, and I remember that now. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Nah. There has to be something else. Because what? I can't believe that. No. Nah, bro. Wasted so much resources for that? Huh?
Be blessed, the Russells.
Be blessed, bruh.
They also released another statement to address rumors about donations that were made to assist in the search of Carlee. So a lot of people started speculating because Carlee came home and for days she was silent, and for days the police didn't release like a be on the lookout for this serial killer or this abductor or this child. They started to question, did Carlee do this for attention and money? Like the Crime Stoppers reward, who's that going to go to?
Sometimes when like people put out a reward system, they don't pay the people. But also, if I just can't wrap my head around like trying to get a certain type of thing out of this. But for some reason, I can wrap my head around someone trying to do something that can cause attention from a specific type of party. Because I've seen some shit like this before. That could be another story for another day. I've seen something like this before, but I just can't believe, like, literally, this is the extent that it went to. I guess that's my naivete. I'm searching for something else. Because there's no way. I don't believe it. There's literally no way that this gained national news for such a trivial type of problem. I don't believe it. I'm sorry. I don't believe that thing I saw from NPR. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Because there's no fucking way. What? Like, there's no way.
Any donations for the search parties, who's that going to go to? So the Russells stated that they gave the money back to Crime Stoppers, who will return the money to the rightful donors. The family deny any existence of any sort of GoFundMe, and they also stated, when we initially asked for the help of the public in searching and praying for Carlee's safe return, we asked for sincere prayers, not prayers or support that came with strings or entitlement. Please understand our mental state and the anguish we have experienced and that Carlee is still dealing with, and understand that no matter how many demands or false narratives that are produced, we will not be bullied into doing anything that will compromise our daughter's mental well-being or the investigation.
You know what's kind of interesting to me?
We will not...
As somebody, and I could be wrong as fuck, but as somebody who did like a lot of like bonehead stuff in my life, coming from a family of Christian folk, big church people, and also being a preacher's grandson, I can imagine, like, I can think of a world, a possibility where Carlee told them everything and they were on her side and just tried to protect her from like the wrath of whatever's going on. Or at least for the time being. Because I'm trying to figure out, like, what did she say to her parents? Like, if she kept, like, honestly, if she kept this like under wraps from her parents, as like crazy as this shit is and as stupid as this shit is, like, if she actually like made up all this shit, that's interesting. All I can say is you can never be too sure about people, no matter if they're deemed as someone who is like smarter than the smartest person in the room, say a nurse, say this is that and the third. Like, she did her shit, bro. She dead ass graduated, got her stuff, this is that and the third. But doing something like this, it's like you know how like everybody has that one thing about them that may turn someone off of them being perfect? And you know how people deem people who like graduate college and like be our nurses, doctors, all these other things, hold them to a certain type of regard. but they're still human and they do like crazy stuff. I lost track of what I was saying because like I just can't wrap my head around it. And I'm saying that because I couldn't get this shit off. Like I couldn't get this shit off at all. Like, oh my gosh. And you know what would be really crazy if she actually was telling the truth. Obviously there's like concrete evidence of it not being true, but just imagine, because I know how like stuff can go sometimes. Like imagine that the whole world thinks you lied, but something happened to where you're actually telling the truth, but nobody believes you. That's like one of my delusional type of like tangents. But I like, they said it's a hoax, so I'm just believing it's a hoax. She admitted it's a hoax too. So that's that. But like my mind is going different types of ways because this is so unfathomable. I'm just like, bro, anything is possible at this point.
Entertain the negative social media comments with a response so you can find someone else to do it.
Yeah, I mean, see, I can see both sides, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is, the less you speak, the more speculation people's gonna draw to. So,
but also the more you speak, the more speculation people is gonna draw to. If you even have any type of like nick in that armor of you speaking, because I feel like the internet already like made their choice that she's lying. So it's just like. And also, these are older black people. Like, you think that they're internet savvy? Really? Like, you really think they're internet savvy? And this is what, 2023? That was like the beginning of the internet, like literally like getting on your ass about stuff. And this is when like the TikTok was a thing too. All this other stuff, like, oh my gosh.
a situation like this, like people just want some kind of answer. So unless you give them some answer, it's only gonna get bigger, right?
Right.
Yeah, and I think when you're dealing with the general public, like I'm sure each one of us can sit here as an individual and say, well, I would never, right? But I think when you talk about a big, large mass of people, it's gonna work in the most basic way of human psychology. If they felt they have poured time and effort into this, they're gonna feel entitled to answers, and that's just how it works.
Right.
I think some transparency.
Yeah, it goes a long way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, or just, I think maybe even just the wording could have been a bit better. Yeah, just like, hey guys, she's really not okay right now. Please, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I know you guys deserve answers, but like, give me a second, you know?
I understand, but like, again, as somebody who grew up with black Christian people, you're not gonna get that because they don't understand the way the internet works. Trust me. This is a trust me bro moment. They don't know how the internet works. I'm gonna be honest with you. Bro, like, oh my gosh.
But it was just, I guess people were very upset with this statement. Now, according to sources, Carlee's dad said Carlee had been struggling with, quote, bad dreams and moments where some things would make her cringe/afraid, like loud noises. She had, quote,
That's me too. I get scared with loud noises too. Carlee ain't special on that. I get scared with loud noises too.
different triggers since she got back. He said the whole family is traumatized. So it sounds like they're working closely with the police. They said, we don't want to do anything that would hinder the investigation, you know, things like that. So were the police on the same page? Not really.
Why?
And we actually got that impression long before the press conference.
Good question. If we're like going over the fact that she lied, right? We're now we're in the mindset of that she lied. My question to you is, have you ever been around someone that lies and like you're like stuck in a rock and a hard place? To where like if you say like, oh, they're lying, that's not like something that like it's not like you win a prize for it. It's like, oh, like how some people will come out of a situation saying I told you so, and it's like, I mean, yeah, you did, but we don't give a fuck. You was still being mean in that moment, regardless if you're right or wrong. Like those type of things where it's like, it's always interesting to me. I feel like my favorite word is interesting, but like there are some times where, say, people may say something where you may think it's a lie or also may know it's a lie, but in that specific moment, you don't know for sure because we all don't know for sure until like a pattern shows, but you have to support them. And say like in the instance of, say, Carlee, until we know what Carlee Russell said to her family, in the instance of like, I think, and I guess this is me. This is anecdotal evidence or anecdotal stuff right now. Like, if I feel like I got caught, I'm going to tell my parents something because I know that they're going to try and probe me to the ends of the earth to make sure I'm not lying. From my, not trauma, but like from my experience, I think Carlee told them something and they're trying to protect her, even though she may have done something heinous as fuck. So at that moment, they're probably trying to protect her. Because at the end of the day, it's like, how do you, I'm asking you all, what do you think would happen if Carlee tells her parents that she made everything up? Do you think the parents will come out into the open, come out into the public and say like, yo, my daughter lied. She lied about everything. Like, the probability of that happening, I think that's lower than them trying to protect her in this instance. I feel like she told them something. Because sometimes, you know, the internet goes crazy, but sometimes the internet be right. It's like, what, millions of people having this gut feeling? Some of them may be right. I don't think their interview is weird and what they said is weird. But just the fact, I guess I have the privilege of hindsight and also like seeing the end of the story. So I'm just like, because there's still like plot holes. Like the person in this 18-wheeler fed you cheese and crackers? All right. Okay. Where'd your shoes go? We found out where your wig went. Is your car still on the side of the road? Your phone. The baby. Like, these questions that need to be answered. And I know a black Christian family ain't finna just stop at like 2 questions. They gonna keep asking questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, or am I tripping? I don't know.
The police said a lot without saying a lot in the development of this case. They came out to say that they weren't looking for a child. They came out to say that no child has been reported missing. They came out to say that nobody else on this busy highway had seen that child. They also stated that after Carlee was found, they were giving her time. A lot of people thought that was weird.
You
wouldn't say that in an investigation when a dangerous kidnapping perpetrator is on the loose.
Know what that means?
You wouldn't say that if there's a serial killer on the loose.
You damn skippy like the peanut butter. You know what that means. They're giving her time to say some shit, bro.
Time is of the essence. Every law enforcement agency knows that. Finally, they gave a press conference July 19th on Wednesday, and they kind of paint an entirely different picture of what happened. And I just want to make it very clear. We don't know for sure at all what happened in these 49 hours that she was missing. Even law enforcement admit to that. Until we know, there's truly no way to say that one person is definitively guilty or not guilty or did something or didn't do something or telling the truth or not. Police have gotten it wrong before. Also,
why this dude flashy? Is this like an Alabama thing? Why you got a purple suit with a blue suit? Hold on. Ooh. Is this like some southern shit?
But it's not looking good. They had so many different levels of law enforcement on this case.
Yeah.
And so many damning things have come out in the press conference.
Bro, they had the FBI on them. The FBI doing this. Do you know how in trouble you would be if you get the FBI on something and it's a lie? I don't even want the FBI on me about no damn nothing. The FBI? Mr. 96%? Hell no.
Friends,
What?
let's dissect everything.
Okay.
The police stated that they were still investigating and they wouldn't stop until they could account for all 49 hours that Carlee was missing. And even though the investigation isn't over, they felt as if they owed it to the citizens to give them the facts of the case. The police stated that after Carlee came back home, they were able to briefly talk to her about what had happened while she had been missing for the past 49 hours. She stated that while she was driving down the highway, she saw a little child on the side of the road unattended. Okay, we know that. She called 911. She got out of her car to check on the child. She said that there was a man that was hiding in the shadows of the trees. He came out and started mumbling about how, oh, I'm just checking on the child too. But before Carlee could do anything, the man picked her up and she screamed, dropped her phone, and she told the police he made her go over a fence, forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in an 18-wheeler in the...
Okay, but from what I remember, please correct me if I'm wrong, her wig and the phone were on the other side of the fence. So from what I'm understanding from the Life 360 ping, it was just close to that. So that means her wig and her phone are in this wooded area somewhere or by the joint by her car, her red Mercedes. Depending on what type of Mercedes that is, you can track that Mercedes. And I'm just thinking, where is this Mercedes? Because I know they have spare keys and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't know, man. So I don't have no fucking Mercedes, but I'm just thinking, like, there are ways to track stuff.
like the back of one of those big trucks.
An 18-wheeler.
She said that there was a woman there too, but she only heard her voice and never saw the woman. She could also hear a baby crying. What did the man look like? She said that he had orange hair and a bald spot in the back. She said that she was able to get out of the truck, start running, but they caught her again. She was thrown into a car this time. They blindfolded her, but they told her that they didn't want to tie her up because they didn't want to leave any impressions or like marks on her wrists.
But why? I would think, and I've been forced to watch like certain types of films and stuff like that. They don't give a fuck if they put marks on your wrists. Isn't the point to like traffic you? Like, why would they give a damn if there's marks on your wrists?
They drove till they came to a house. They took her inside this house. They forced her to get naked, and she thinks that they took nude photos of her. But she doesn't remember any physical contact. She remembers the next day, the woman fed her cheese crackers and played with her hair. But Carlee didn't remember anything else in the 49 hours. At some point, she was put back into a car and she managed to escape, and she said that she was in the West Hoover area, so she just started running and running and running.
So if she managed to escape and she was put in the back of the car, say she was in the trunk, that means she found the safety hatch in the trunk and was able to escape. Or the person didn't have the child lock and the child lock in the back seat and she was able to escape. Those are like the two things that make sense to me, but I don't know at the same time.
She ran past through a lot of woods until she got home.
Okay.
So all of this is very vague. There's not actual descriptions of how she escaped and what the house looked like. Or 49 hours is a long, lengthy period of time, especially if you've been kidnapped by criminals. These people don't just hang out for 49 hours. I mean, most kidnapping cases, these people are doing things in 49 hours.
That's why first 48 is a thing.
The day Carlee came back home, investigators took note of visual wounds that they saw. So this is not to say that these are the only wounds that she has. And I don't know if police, I'm sure that they've obtained her medical records, but from the press conference and from this initial interview with Carlee when she got home, the officer said that she had a small injury to her lip and she stated that her head hurt.
Okay.
Other things that were kind of odd is that she had $107 in cash that was stuffed in her right sock. Okay. So it sounds like what everyone else thought was going to happen. You know, she was abducted by human traffickers that lured her in with a toddler, and maybe they were amateurs, or maybe they didn't realize that this would cause such a national uproar, so they freaked out and let her go, or they let her escape somehow.
And they gave her $107? Okay. And put it in her sock. Okay.
Well, during the press conference, the chief of Hoover Police revealed they went through Carlee's phone. Secret Service was actually involved in the analysis of Carlee's phone because
Oh,
it was left in the
shit.
grass, remember?
Oh, damn.
Carlee
That's
made...
crazy.
Yeah, that Secret Service was involved.
Yeah, and her phone was working.
I'm assuming this is like the different Secret Service, like not the Secret Service that almost let the Orange Man get assassinated multiple times.
Yeah.
All that. Okay.
Carlee made a lot of questionable internet searches. July 11th, 2 days before she went missing, she searched, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?"
All right. I've been tapping into Stephanie for years. I think it's 3 years, 4 years now. I know where she going with this. Okay. Bro, what?
July 13th, the day she went missing, she searched, "How to take money from a register without being caught."
Excuse me?
What?
Birmingham
What?
bus station. One-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville, departure date July 13th. And lastly, the one that the internet has been up in arms about, the movie Taken. Yeah, okay.
Wow.
It's a classic, but maybe if you guys are international listeners, the movie Taken,
Bro, I don't like that movie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That movie pissed me off. That movie pissed me off so much. And also, Liam Neeson's pissed me off, too. That nigga's fucking...
it's the "I'll find you," that one. Yeah. It's about a 17-year-old girl that gets kidnapped in Paris, and her father is like an ex-CIA agent who does everything to find her. He does, and he exposes a huge, like, human trafficking market for the elite in the process. So there were other searches too, computer searches that were made at Carlee's place of work. They said things like maximum age for an Amber Alert. Police said that there were other searches on Carlee's phone that quote, shed light on her mindset. But because of respect for her privacy, the police have not released those statements or those
Okay.
searches.
Okay.
Wow.
There's more.
What?
As for the night that she went missing, we get a few more details from law enforcement. So she left work like we mentioned. CCTV cameras show that she took a dark-colored robe from her workplace. It's kind of insinuated that she stole it, so I don't know. She took toilet paper and other items belonging to the business when she left. She ordered the Mediterranean food, picked it up, and then she went to Target, like we said, and we get a more precise description of what she bought. She bought granola bars and Cheez-Its. She stayed in the parking lot for a minute before heading back to drive home. She was on the phone with people she knew until she hung up to call the police about the
Did she prep to where she was going? Granola bars and Cheez-Its. Where did she go?
child. Now, most of this we already knew, but the alarming thing that comes out is her purse and the Mediterranean food was found in her car. Her wig and her phone were found in the grass outside of the car. But the robe, the toilet paper roll that she took from work, amongst other things, and the granola bars and Cheez-Its from Target were not in her car.
Girl, come on. Come on, bro. I don't want to say what I'm thinking. Where did she go? Where did she go? Granola bars and Cheez-Its. What do you guys think happened? I don't feel comfortable saying what I think I'm thinking. Cause she ain't eating no damn granola bars and Cheez-Its and having a robe and just staying in the woods. Hey bro, what the fuck?
What if she ate it?
No wrappers were in her car.
A whole box of Cheez-Its and granola bars? Fool, she's trying to have a snack time and sit somewhere where she can be comfortable in a robe. Huh?
So it's
Okay, she never had the opportunity to trash those things. Okay.
exactly, yeah. So,
Right.
So she still had it on her is what, okay.
and if you're being kidnapped, I don't know if your kidnapper is like, hold on, grab your Cheez-Its.
What kind of,
And also, she said a man dragged her to an 18-wheeler Did anybody see this 18-wheeler on the highway, or was this in the residential area? Or was there like an 18-wheeler that was just in the wooded area? Like, y'all know how like gaudy an 18-wheeler looks? That's going to be seen.
Rope are you talking about?
Because she works at a day spa, like a medical spa. So I'm thinking maybe it's like one of those bathrobes that they put on before they like massage you.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. They were not in the car. They were not anywhere near the car. So people thought that was really odd. Like if you're getting kidnapped, typically the kidnapper is not like, let me rifle through your car first. And if they would, why wouldn't they take your valuables, like your cash, your wallet, versus
Where the fuck are her keys? She left her keys too?
granola bars?
Right.
It sounds,
But why would someone do this though? I guess.
to a lot of people, their speculation is that she planned the kidnapping and she needed food. She needed toilet paper, maybe a change of clothes.
But why, right?
Okay, so there is why out there, and I'm not actually going to go into it because it's really crazy. I've seen some crazy whys out there that it's speculating that she wanted to make her boyfriend jealous, that she wanted her boyfriend to be concerned about her, that...
Yeah, that's what I heard too. And honestly, that's not far-fetched to me. I just don't want to believe it. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to believe it. But at the end of the day, like I said, like, bro, just saying, bro, people in college are crazy. People in college are crazy. That's all I can say right now. People in college are crazy.
She was flunking out of nursing school, that her parents were too strict. Like, I don't know. There's so many speculations. None of them have been verified because it's all people being like, oh, I know them, or I know a friend who knows them.
Hey.
And this is what they said, right? So we don't know if these people are making up lies for attention. We don't know.
That is true.
But I can only imagine when it comes out, it'll just be weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Another thing is, police released in the press conference, like I said, that she drove 600 yards after she told 911 that she was going to follow the child until police got there. And they're saying a barefoot kid, a 3-year-old, running the length of 6 football fields in the wooded area, not even flat terrain. Skeptical, you know?
Hey man, but hey, sometimes some kids be having some superhuman strength. You can't count out the kids, man. I'm being facetious, by the way.
Now, police also stated that they asked for a second interview, and Carlee has since declined. Her parents have stated that she is not in the right mental or physical space because of the trauma. Authorities stated that they have no reports of toxicology reports, whether they ordered one or not, I'm not sure. They also stated that they at least have no knowledge of any mental illness history. And I think before this press conference, myself included, I was like, wait, okay, let's hold off on making any assumptions. Just because something is unlikely or crazy doesn't make it untrue.
Yeah.
But the press conference so far has shed kind of a damning light on the situation.
What you
and
mean?
add to that, even before the press conference, there were a lot of people that were already doubting what happened to her, or at least doubting that this was a human trafficking scheme. A few huge names that have dedicated much of their time to ending human trafficking have come forward to talk about the case, some more directly than others, but the end message was pretty much, it's not impossible, but it's highly unlikely. Many activists stated that the idea that human traffickers would use a baby to lure unsuspecting helpful women to be trafficked just isn't practical. They said the sad part about human trafficking that most people don't want to come to terms with is it's done by people you know.
Yeah.
That new person that you started dating, your family member, your friend.
Yeah.
They will lure you to be human trafficked since they already have that established foundation of trust.
And also it's a tactic to try and get in, to try and bring your guard down. Because at the same time, say, okay, if I'm using a piece of media, like, you know how like in Lioness, they had that person try to buddy up with the target, or buddy up with somebody that's connected to the target. Like, yes, it's somebody that you know, but their plan from the beginning was for you to get to know them, so it can lower your guard, so then you can like stuff like that. And also, that's something that I do find interesting. that yes, somebody that's like right beside you or at arm's length with you can also be a perpetrator or a predator, but also somebody new that is trying to get close to you can also be that. And there's also people who try to act like they're not trying to get close to you using some tactics to try and do that as well. And I can understand how frustrating that is. Like, it sounds so fucking frustrating. But it's like, damn. Y'all should not have to worry about literally every single thing in your life. Like, y'all should live comfortable lives. Like, what the fuck?
It would cause
Wow.
too much of a scene to kidnap someone for human trafficking, especially someone that, unfortunately, it's maybe the kidnappings for human trafficking are more common in different parts of the world or in different communities of potentially sex workers could be huge victims. Runaway teens are huge victims.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about a 25-year-old established woman who is driving a red Mercedes, it's too much attention. At the end of the day,
It's too much attention, but also the too much attention can also be a mask. Because some people will think, oh, it's too much attention, so this can't happen. No, just because it's too much attention don't mean that somebody can start doing some crazy stuff. Like, you know how many of the times where we see like a bunch of crazy shit happening in a community where shit don't happen at? And there's a reason why, because there's like a assumption that shit don't happen here. So it's so crazy that maybe people won't even believe it. And this is why I'm just like, bro, I can never wrap my mind around a fucking criminal or anybody who has that type of shit inside of their brain, because you would think this don't make sense, but then again, it could make sense to them. And that's the scary part.
human traffickers have a business, quote. They're evil. They're
Right.
evil business, right?
Evil as fuck.
And they like to protect their, quote, business. So they're not going to take that big of a risk unless they have to. I mean, leaving her car there on the highway with her wig and phone left behind, that's a huge risk. It's not even she's 25, maybe she didn't want to be home anymore. It's clear there was foul play. Nobody would look at that and say, she's an adult, she just wanted to do her thing. So a lot of these activists said it just isn't in tune with what we've been dealing with. And the CEO of the National Children's Alliance stated, not about this case in particular, but in general, we want to believe that people trafficking children are unknown, nefarious, shadowy creatures. It makes us uncomfortable to think that some of these things could happen in our own communities, in our own schools, with people who you know.
Oh, yeah.
Sabrina Thulander, communications director of Polaris, the nonprofit that runs the National Human Trafficking Hotline, said, as far as we are aware, this is not a tactic that traffickers use. She said that if this is true, if the traffickers use a baby to lure a victim, it would be contrary to how traffickers almost always operate in the United States.
But at the end of the day, you can't be too sure, because just because a pattern worked in the past doesn't mean a new pattern can work now. Because you know how like everything is changing now? Like, who's to say these people who are these are literal criminals, so they're probably like smart in a certain type of aspect, and like that type of thing is probably trying to go under people's noses. You know, the hiding in plain sight. Like, say like this leader of this organization saying, that's not normal for traffickers. Who's to say the person that already probably has intel on these leaders of these organizations literally using the thing that may seem dumb, because doing the thing that may seem dumb may be like the smartest thing they can do, because when it comes to less probability comes less care, because people will probably chalk it up to, that don't make no damn sense. Man, you playing around. Like, people can capitalize off of that if they're doing shit for nefarious reasons. Because at the end of the day, if a play don't work, you're going to try to find another play. Regardless if that play is deemed detrimental, but the play worked. The safe play didn't work. So now you got to find a new play. So now everything comes into things So it's just like I think for this case, it's just like a one-off. I wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket and just think like, if this happens, like this is something that's going to be fake 100% of the time, because people can probably get inspiration from this. Like, you can't be too sure, bro. You cannot be too sure.
She continued, abduction is not completely unheard of, but it is very unlikely. So if it's not human trafficking, which with the new press conference, I don't know where you stand, but let's try to entertain something did happen to her, right? Some people thought maybe it wasn't a random abduction by a stranger. Maybe it was someone that she knew that followed her, or maybe someone at work that roofied her and she hallucinated into thinking that she saw a child. They followed her home and thought this is the perfect opportunity.
Man.
The theory has a hiccup when CCTV cameras showed no other car pulling up, and the police said that they tracked her from her workplace to the highway, and there's no evidence that she was being followed by any vehicles. So, again, I think with the Google searches, both theories are pretty hard to entertain right now. So the next two theories would be more on par, which is, did Carlee have a psychological breakdown? Maybe there were things going on in her life, or she had a mental condition that we, and maybe even she herself, was not aware of, that led her to hallucinate, black out, or go into a full state of psychosis. Maybe she fully believes her version of events. And again, legally clarifying, I'm not saying her version of events isn't true, but maybe she believes everything to be true. We don't know, right?
She could have.
We don't know. We don't know, and I think we'll find out, but as of right now, we don't know. There's a different variation of this theory, though. Is this just a hoax? Did she plan it? Is this another Sherry Papini? Her name has been coming up a lot, and for
Sherry
context, we've
Papini.
talked about her before on this pod, and we're going to link it in the description. But
Wait, hold on. Sherry Papini? I remember that name. Should that be tomorrow's video? Like, wait, Sherry Papini? Who is this?
Sherry Papini was a mom of two. She was the wife to Keith Papini from Northern California.
Okay.
She went missing. She went for a run and vanished. Authorities found her phone with the headphones wrapped around it on her running trail and like a big chunk of her hair on the ground.
What?
She went missing for weeks, and the whole nation was looking for her. They were like, oh my God, this poor mother, this poor wife. We were praying for her. We're grieving for her and her poor family. And then she makes it back alive. And people are like thanking the Lord, but they were also very surprised, you know? She told the world that she was being held captive by two Hispanic women that were honestly racist stereotypes of Hispanic women. Turned out to be a lie.
What?
She was staying with an ex-boyfriend.
What?
She had planned her whole disappearance and, quote, reappeared on the side of the road wearing restraints.
This is like Gone Girl? Like, what the fuck? Okay, I might check this shit out tomorrow, because I'm trying to do a daily true crime thing, so... I'm gonna check this out tomorrow.
Was sentenced to 18 months in federal prison and required
shit.
to pay more than $300,000 in restitution.
Oh, all right. Oh, my
I will
gosh.
say, though, Sherry's story is, look, whether it connects to this case or not, it was insane. Like, balls to the walls, marbles gone out the door. Sherry
Okay.
actually branded herself literally with a hot brand of a Bible verse, like an Exodus verse on her shoulder. She had bruises all over her body. Her nose was broken. She did it to herself.
What?
Her hair was chopped off. She lost a big chunk of weight. Her weight was like 87 pounds when she was released
What
from
the
her captors.
What the
Quote,
fuck?
So she really, really worked to sell the story that she had been kidnapped and abused. She was gone for 22 days. So if it's not psychosis or some other sort of somewhat explainable mental health condition, a lot of people believe that Carlee might have faked her disappearance for whatever reason. Whether it's like Sherry, in the sense that Sherry just really didn't want to deal with her problems anymore. She was like, okay, I'm kind of over my life.
Bro, that's such a possibility. It's just like, damn. Fuck. I'm gonna see about this story tomorrow.
Or some people think that Carlee wanted attention. Some people think that Carlee wanted attention, not from the nation. She probably didn't think it was going to get this big, if that's the theory we're running with, entertaining right now.
So when she was searching like about Amber Alert,
Yeah.
she's trying, like the Google search is,
I guess the speculation with those Google searches, and this is pure speculation, we have truly no idea what she was thinking, is she's trying to see if she would qualify for an Amber Alert, and people think that she doesn't want to qualify for an Amber Alert. So I think her idea, if this is the theory we're entertaining, this is alleged.
I mean, there's only two things, right? Either she qualifies or she doesn't qualify when she
Right.
searches. So either she wants the attention from as an Amber Alert, or she doesn't want the attention as an Amber Alert.
Right.
Right? Either or.
Yeah, I think
I mean, either way is weird.
see, I don't want to say she faked it. I don't want to believe she faked it. Well, okay, I don't know, because any way that you go with this, it's bad. If it was a mental breakdown, I hope she gets the help that she needs, and I hope that the public is very soft with their reception, because mental health is a serious issue. But if she faked it for something that wasn't like a full-blown psychosis, it's really not well thought out at all. Like, if you're gonna leave your door like that, if you're gonna say that there's a child on the side of the highway and you're gonna think to yourself that law enforcement isn't gonna care, is kind of crazy. Yeah. But I will say that there are some people that have gone off the deep end on this theory. People were saying that they knew that she was lying about this whole thing because she said that the boy on the side of the road was like 3 or 4 years old. Which I know what you're thinking. What does that even mean? But people were referencing a man named McClish, who is often interviewed as an expert of sorts for crime shows. And I just thought this was interesting. Again, I'm not trying to make this like a valid point, but he stated that the number 3 is the liar's number. He said he doesn't really know why, but after all of his investigative work, if anyone gives him the number 3, so 3 men attacked me. It was like 3 p.m. They stole $300. He said he always does a double take. He doesn't say that they're lying, but he just pays extra attention to the rest of their details.
That's interesting. Huh. Because there always is a number that people choose. Huh. Interesting. That's very interesting.
Which I just thought was kind of what? I didn't even know, right?
Hold on.
So, I don't know. If it turns out she's lying, I think it would just really, really suck. I mean, not just the fact that she lied,
Well, it
but the
sucks.
fact that a lot of not so great people will use this as some sort of argument to not care about
Exactly.
missing women, and particularly missing women of color.
This is why I fucks with Stephanie, bro. Like, this type of shit really just sucks for people who actually are victims. Like, at the end of the day, like, it just fucking sucks in the grand scheme of things. And I feel like people who do stuff like that just, like, they may think it's a small thing until they realize it's not a small thing. But, like, the repercussions are vast. Very, very vast. And, of course, they don't think about that.
I also can't imagine, if it is proven that she lied, what Anaya's mother would feel if this turned out to be fake.
Cause
The police were asked during the press conference if they were thinking of pressing charges against Carlee Russell, and they stated that they were focusing first on the 49 unaccounted hours. They haven't even discussed pressing charges, but the energy that is being given by news media and everyone, it seems like if it turns out to be a hoax, charges will be pressed.
well, we saw what
A
happened.
reporter asked the chief of police during the press conference, there has been a concern in the community that if this turns out not to be a true story, that the next woman, a young woman of color, goes missing, it wouldn't be taken seriously. How do you respond to that? The chief of police said, I would say that we investigate every crime to the fullest, just like we have this one. And regardless of the results of this investigation, I say we hold them to that. And again, this is just the information we
agree.
have right now. And yeah, it doesn't appear to be looking good for Carlee. But even the police chief said, I'm the type of guy that says never say never. So again, legally, I'm not saying Carlee lied. I'm not saying this is a hoax. But these are just the facts we have right now and how netizens have responded to said information. So on that note, I'd like to end this pod with a note. There is a website called Our Black Girls, run by journalist and activist
Yes.
Erica Marie Rivers. The website focuses on often untold stories of Black girls and women who have gone missing or were found dead under very suspicious, mysterious circumstances. She writes about Black girls and women who don't get space on the front pages, like Carlee Russell did, or on social media when they disappeared. And she ends every single article the same way, which is she is our sister and her life matters. So regardless of what this investigation will unravel with Carlee Russell and whether it was faked or not and whether or not she will face charges, I hope this opens up a conversation of how little press coverage typically missing people of color get in the media.
Yes.
Because yes, Carlee's case got national attention, but there's so many missing Black women who get no attention. And yes, Carlee's case is pretty shady and controversial right now, but she has absolutely nothing to do with the next Black girl or woman that goes missing.
Heck yes.
And we should just be as passionate about finding the next one as we were about finding Carlee Russell. So with that being said, please stay safe. Let me know your thoughts. And I will see you guys on Sunday for the mini-sode.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I fuck with Stephanie for this. I do want to say there's a story that I do want to cover, but I want to do it the right way. And it's very like close to home. So when that comes out, I'd pray that I do it the right way. I ain't gonna lie to you. But aside from that, I just want to see this law and crime video about this because I still just can't believe this shit, bro.
Yeah. Her
I ain't gonna lie
disappearance
to you,
sparked
this
a
making me
frantic
sad.
search effort to locate the missing.
Bro, this is making me sad because at the end of the day, bro, I'm like, say she did lie and she admitted that she lied. This is I feel like stuff like this will be like a death of 1,000 cuts, and of course I don't have a place to say this, but I guess I just want to say like my nervousness of it is that people won't take Black women serious because of like one bad apple. And we're going off the sense of she lied. Going off of the sense that she lied, it's not going to look good. Because you already know, people disrespect Black women to the utmostest degree. So you mean to tell me that this one-off type of thing is not going to empower these racist and sexist and misogynist motherfuckers just trying to just have that thing of like, oh, we know how y'all do that. Like stuff like this just doesn't make me feel good. And it literally like just makes me feel sad. Like this could literally just be a one-off point, but you don't have to generalize the whole fucking population of educated Black women, bro. Like I stuff like this just makes me feel so sad. Because like just because one did something that's obviously not good doesn't mean all the others will do that. You know what I'm saying? And this is me. I come from a family of very well-educated Black women and Black men, but the Black women raised me. So this is a bias to me, bro. Like that's why I'm just not like cursing up a storm saying like, oh fuck that. I'm just like, bro, why did you do that though? Like, why did you do that? And that's just it. And from what I heard, the reason why she did it, it's just like, it's not my place to even say or have an opinion, bro. Shit is crazy as fuck, though. I ain't gonna hold my tongue and say this shit not crazy as fuck.
Nursing student, and police even offered a $25,000 reward. But then a remarkable development in the case. Carlee returned home on foot nearly 49 hours after making the 911 call. While her return would be a huge relief for Carlee's family and loved ones, investigators quickly began to discover something wasn't right, as they would say they were unable to verify most of her story and initial statement. During a press conference 4 days after her return home, Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis announced on the day Carlee made the 911 call, she left work shortly before 8:30 p.m. But surveillance footage would reveal to investigators she stashed some interesting items in her car prior to her disappearance.
Surveillance video from her place of employment shows Carlee concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from Taziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there, she remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:21 p.m. when she drove to I-459.
So she did all this within
Carlee
an hour and some
communicated on her
change.
cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel, up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m.
But police would find that those items she purchased were not found in her car when police arrived at the scene.
My client has given me permission to make the following statement on her behalf. There was no kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th, 2023. My client did not see a baby on the side of the road. My client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified as a missing person. My client did not have any help in this incident, but this was a single act done by herself.
But
my client was not with anyone or any hotel with anyone from the time she was missing. My client apologizes for her actions to this community, the volunteers who were searching for her, to the Hoover Police Department and other agencies as well, as to her friends and family. We ask for your prayers for Carlee as she addresses her issues and attempts to move forward, understanding that she made a mistake in this matter. Carlee, again, ask for your forgiveness and prayers.
So what's going on with her? That's why I would like. What is this that's like got her to do this?
Anytime you hear of an individual claiming they were abducted, and then finding out later that this was simply false, is troubling. And we've heard about this several times over the past several years. It does make me think, particularly in this case, that there may have been some type of mental health issues in the background that may have contributed to this woman doing what she did in terms of making these false claims.
Okay, well, I understand mental health is a thing, and also mental health may be a thing about this. But like at the end of the day, bro, one thing that I do understand is that America does not give a fuck about mental health. And it's like, this is such a slippery slope. Like, that's as much as I can say. It's such a slippery slope. And like, there are different types of topics and factors that can just like jumble things up. And if you add the internet in, it's going to not make things good. You know what I'm saying? Because like, there are people who will be like, oh, I understand you have mental health problems or you have mental health stuff going on, but I don't give a fuck. The action that you did, this is that and the third. And there's other people saying like they have mental health problems, da 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 da. But like at the end of the day, what needs to be thought about is like the effect of what happens and who was affected by what happened. And like, it depends on the circumstance, of course. But it's just like, bro, fuck. Like, I don't want to be the person to say, oh, we chalk it up to the people who are professionals to do this, because sometimes professionals don't do their due diligence. So it's just like, I guess my empathy side is just coming out of me. And it's just like, damn. Cause you fucked up, bro. You fucked up. But like, I'm not going to banish you to hell for it. But at the end of the day, you fucked up and you fucked it up for a bunch of people. Potentially. And it's like, what are we to do to that statement? Like, what are we to do? What are we to do to that sentiment?
Carlee Russell was just 25 years old at the time she almost pulled off the kidnapping hoax. But law and crime legal analyst Julie Rendelman explains there might have been underlying issues Carlee was dealing with at the time.
So, I think on top of what you're talking about, remember, she also was looking up online, Google searches about Amber Alerts. So this was someone that really, in a sense, was preparing to commit this hoax. And so the age is less relevant to me than the planning of it. It really does go back to what goes through someone's mind when they commit this type of crime. Is it someone that's begging for attention? Is it someone that has some kind of separation from reality? Because it really did seem to take quite an effort on her end to commit the crime that she did.
Yeah.
It's still unclear to this day where Carlee was during her missing 49 hours. But Carlee herself would reveal more into her mindset nearly a year later, as she spoke out for the first time since the kidnapping hoax in a post to social media. As she celebrated her 27th birthday, she wrote, I wasn't going to make a birthday post, but I would be remiss not to publicly acknowledge the goodness God has shown to me. He not only allowed me to see another year, but he changed the trajectory of my life from the negative place I was in this time last year. To those who have been there for me, your kindness and support have meant the world to me. Whether it was a text, call, direct message on social media, post, prayer, thoughtful gift, or words of encouragement, nothing was too little, and each helped me to fight to live another day. Thank you sincerely for helping me find the light in the darkest of moments. She would end the post by saying, the work is not finished yet. But as I step into this next year of my life, I am filled with hope and optimism toward continuing to overcome challenges, cherishing those who cherish me, and embracing the future and God's plan for my life with an open heart and mind.
Shout out to the Lord, but this is vague AF.
Happy 27th birthday to me.
This is vague AF.
I mean, some might argue that it would have been nice to hear, I'm sorry, because that's something that law enforcement family and then those watching this and worried about her would have wanted to hear. At the same time, I think it's an acknowledgement that at the time that she committed this crime, she was not in a good place mentally. It could be an indication, sometimes without going further, without knowing more, that she could have been potentially in a suicidal state at that time, not in her right mind. I'm grateful to God that she kind of was able to get through it. And I'll be honest, she also may be very grateful that she avoided jail time, because remember, this was a case where she was potentially going to jail for at least a year, and she ended up getting probation. So I think she may be very thankful that she is able to move on with her life.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. She did all that shit and she avoided jail time. You better thank God to the ends of the earth, bro. Cause what? What the fuck? Like, this is worse than The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Like, bro, what?
In March of this year, Carlee...
Is there something else I'm missing? Cause like, what? It must be something I'm missing. There must be something I'm missing. I don't know.
Russell was able to avoid jail time after pleading guilty to 2 misdemeanor counts of filing a false police report. As part of her punishment, she was ordered to pay back restitution and must continue mental health counseling as part of her probation.
Okay.
As a former prosecutor herself, Rindleman says she's not surprised Carlee pleaded guilty.
We talk about these cases, especially these false abduction cases. And the thing that's troubling, which I'm sure everyone recognizes, is remember, not only to the family and friends, but law enforcement now is spending all of their resources on looking for someone that's not missing.
Right.
They're spending all their resources on finding the abductors when there are no abductors. And so it's incredibly troubling when resources are taken or are brought to that emergency when there's so many other emergencies. With that said, I think in this specific case, the fact that part of her sentence ended up being not just community service, but mental health treatment, it again indicates that this was not someone that was of her right mind at the time she was committing this crime. And so jail is not always the alternative to every single case. And sometimes there is mitigation that makes another form of punishment more appropriate.
During Carlee's sentencing, she acknowledged she made a huge mistake, saying in part she was fighting through emotional issues and stress. She also said she was extremely remorseful for the panic, fear, and various range of negative emotions that were experienced across the nation, and specifically acknowledged and took accountability for the pain and embarrassment she caused to her family, church, friends, and community who were directly involved in the search efforts for her. While Carlee Russell's kidnapping hoax sparked fury and even a few jokes on the internet, Rindleman says the former nursing student still has a path forward.
I do hope so. I mean, sometimes you can cry wolf a couple times. This time she cried wolf once, and that was too much. But she is, as you said, she's quite young. It seems like, she's attempting to make up for what she has done. And I do think that we aren't defined by that one moment in time where we make a mistake, however huge it is. And so she'll really have to prove herself to not just her family, but in a sense to her community.
In March of this year, an Alabama judge ordered Carlee Russell pay nearly $18,000 in restitution. He was also sentenced to 12 months of probation, community service, and must continue mental health counseling as a part of her probation.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, it does make my heart a little happy that this black woman gets a little bit of grace being spoken about in a media sense like this. But at the end of the day, bro, I don't even know what to say, man. I got bias towards black women, even if they do some dumbass shit like this. That's just me. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what to say, bro. Like, this is just some shit that's, like, unfathomable. And if it just comes down to, like, mental health stuff, that's just what it is. Hopefully she gets the help that she needs. But she wasted a lot of resources. And the thing of the fallout about that is that these resources probably won't be used for the next person. And that comes from what she did. I think this is one of the moments where it's just like, my heart goes out to her, and I hope that she was able to get the stuff that she needs to get so she don't do this shit again. But my heart also goes out to victims who will probably be the effect of that cause just off the strength of someone having a mental health type moment. It's fucked up. It's very unfortunate. What do you guys think? Please let me know, because this boggled my mind throughout this whole video. I ain't gonna lie. This shit is crazy. It's really hard to believe, but shit, bro. Like, goodness gracious.